All right, guys, somebody is going to be very pissed off when they find out this lock is missing. And no, I didn't steal it. As I was riding my bicycle up this really steep hill, sweat dripping off my nose, I glanced over into the ditch, and I don't know why. Probably something shiny, because this lock was covered up, and just the tip of it was showing out from this wet pile of leaves. So I threw the bike down and grabbed him like a crazed monkey, and this was the prize I ended up with. You don't often see these. This is an American 5300 series. It is a shielded shackle, obviously. I really like these because a burglar's got to do a lot of work to get at it. Usually the hasp that you lock it onto will block access to that the small portion of exposed shackle there. Or if you've got a chain and you put your chain on there, it will block it. So the only part of the exposed shackle will be right there, and there's no way you're going to get bolt cutters on that. Instead, you got to worry about sawing or torching or grinding your way through it. You could take a large sledgehammer, I guess, or you could pick it, and I think that's the path of least resistance today. Anyway, this lock was made in August 2012. I'm always curious about the history of the lock, and I know a lot of you guys are going to ask the question, so I'm going to go ahead and answer it before you ask, and that is, how do you know that? If you go to the website, and there it is right there, go to the Resources tab and look for a file called American and Master Lock Codes. I put that together to help you figure out when your American locks or when your master locks were manufactured. That's what that 3-letter code is. Anyway, let's go ahead and clamp this up, get it picked, because I think I'm probably going to be keeping this guy. I just love this design. All right, guys, American locks can be frustrating, to say the least. A couple of things to know about them. First of all, we got a recessed keyway, so use the right tensioner. Your top of the keyway tensioner comes with 2 ends. A lot of guys try to use that short end, and it'll work. If you angle it, it will work. But I found that it tends to fall out. As soon as you start to get it picked and it starts turning, then it falls out, and then you got to start fresh. So the long end is what you're after. It's designed for this. Slide it in there, no weird angle, and you got a nice safe gap between there to keep everything lined up. Choosing the right pick is also important. It is an open keyway, fairly open, except for that piece of warding right there. But if you choose a thin enough pick, this is a 15 thousandths from the Praxis kit. A 15 thousandth you can pick from the bottom, and he will actually slide right up in there and let you pick the highest cut pins while operating from the bottom of the keyway. Now, if you don't have a 15 thousandth, you got to say a 25 thousandth, you can pick from this ledge. You got to pick at kind of an angle up like that. It's still possible, but your job's going to be a little bit harder. So 15 thousandth is ideal. All right, let's get started on this thing. I'm going to use the long end. Now, I don't know if this has a spring tension core. Really have no clue. But I'm still going to keep very, very light tension because, again, we got 5 pins in here. They are probably serrated or serrated spools. And if we put too much tension on the tension wrench, they'll all bind up. We'll never get in. So light tensioning is really the secret to American locks. Light tension and just look for a binder. Feels like pin 1, hidden right up behind my tensioner. See if I can get on him. And then we got 1 click. Stop at 1 click and then check everybody else. If you don't have any more binders, then go back to that one. Give him another click. And then check everybody again. Okay, that was pin 4. I've got to click off of him. So pin 1 is probably picked. That was 4 again. Okay, that was 3. That was 2, and 1 is still okay. Okay, I'm back on 2. Got another click off of him. And I got a slight turn on the core. Very slight. I'm going to try to turn this like this because I think we're probably close. And let you see what we're expecting now. Now again, you got to assume that they're all serrated pins. So keep very light tension. Don't get too excited about being close to a pick. Because if it's another serrated one, you put too much tension, you're going to have blown it. So again, I'm using very light tension and I'm really looking for some kind of feedback. See if we can get anything out of it. And first time through, I'm about to lose my tension wrench, so I'm going to take my pick and twist him. put my tensioner back in a little bit better. And that's how you overcome a tensioner that's falling out. Again, I'm looking for some kind of feedback. It is not open. And if you think it might be open, go ahead and give it a couple of flexes just to check, because again, I don't know what the spring tension is like. It might be picked and you wouldn't know it unless you gave it that little flex. Okay, I'm getting some feedback there. I think you can see a little counter rotation. That is pin 3. Come on. Come on. This lock is definitely crudded up. Come on. Let off your tension and let him go. It's probably a serrated spool. Come on. He's right on the edge, but he gets hung up there. I'm about to break the pig, too. This lock definitely is crudded up. Oh, okay, there, I got him, but we lost our false set. So let's go back and see what fell down. We got our false set back. All right, we're back on that same pin. So he's definitely a spool. I just need to overcome the crud, and there we go. Wow, very strong spring on this one. Anyway, that's how you pick American locks. Now I can take this guy, I can take him apart and repin him to an existing key that I already own and make him mine. Anyway, fellas, that's all there is to it, the American 5300 series. Thanks for your time. Stay safe. Stay legal.